top 10 best movies for kids of all time. A family movie could be emotional or ridiculously funny. That's right, I'm talking about those classics you watched as a child and you would rewatch over and over again. With this top, you will know why they never go out of style. Number 10. Home Alone. The 8-year-old Kevin is an angel-faced troublemaker who must protect his house from a couple of burglars. His large and rich family went on Christmas holidays and left him home alone. What would you have done? Well, Kevin enjoys his freedom to be alone and to use his skills to build homemade traps to scare these silly burglars away. This 1990 American comedy was one of the highest-grossing movies in the USA. Just on opening weekend, Icarus is planning to remake this 90s success. So you better not leave little Kevin on Christmas Day because you could get a scare. Number 9. The Lion King. This movie transports you to the spectacular African savanna, letting you appreciate its majestic fauna. This was possible thanks to the fact that producers went to the Hell's Gate National Park in Kenya to get inspiration from this wonderful African beauty. According to the plot, Simba, being aware of his father's death, comes back home to confront his evil uncle Scar and to claim the king's throne. Very touchable and full of incredible moments movie, whose animation and soundtrack were remarkable. Number 8. The Incredibles. This Disney and Pixar animated film shows a particular universe. Superheroes are strong and destructive, and that works against them in society. That's why they're forced to remain anonymous and live as normal people. However, Bob Parr, seeking an antidote to the normal life he has led for over 15 years, will save the world along with his family using their powers. The Incredibles won 2 Oscars, one for Best Animated Feature and the other for Best Sound Editing. This movie has become a classic regarding the battle between good and evil, with the perfect balance between Disney and Pixar that never disappoints and makes it worth to be watched with the family. Number 7. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. The movie franchise, based on the novels by J.K. Rowling, is likely to have awakened your inner wizard. Don't deny it.
You're a wizard, Harry.
This adventure began in 2001, when Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone was released. In this movie, Harry goes to the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry to meet his new best friends, Ron and Hermione.
Ron Weasley. Pleasure.
In addition, he finds out that everybody knows him because when he was a baby, he survived the killing curse of a wizard who must not be named. However, his greatest good is to unmask Professor Quirinus Quirrell, who had been keeping alive he who must not be named. Number 6. Finding Nemo. Now I'm going deep into the fantastic Australian waters to see the animals living in there. Nemo is a much-loved little fish, overprotected by his father, since he almost died when he was a baby. As Nemo is kidnapped by divers and ends up living in a fish tank in Sydney, his father, Marlin, begins a dangerous adventure looking for him next to Dory, a fish with short-term memory loss. Simultaneously, Nemo and his new friends come up with a plot to leave the fish tank. Nemo's courage. Marlin and his allies' guts teach us that anything is possible if you persevere.
No, I am not going to lose you again!
To date, this movie is the 6th highest grossing movie ever. It won an Oscar for Best Animated Feature Film, and it is included in the top 10 of animated films of the American Film Institute. You can't miss this trip in the ocean. Number 5. E.T. the Extraterrestrial. If you thought the Area 51 started up all the thing, well, by 1982, the aliens had arrived already. This sci-fi movie shows the close encounter of Elliot with the lost alien, E.T. This event strikes up an exceptional and so strong friendship that they create a psychic connection between them. After being caught and held prisoners by the government, Elliot managed to escape with E.T. so that he can finally go back home. Here is where you can see the fantastic movie you should definitely watch. Number 4, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. This is the first Disney classic and such a pioneer in animated feature films. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is seen by many as a masterpiece. This movie marked a milestone in the animation world due to the technical and artistic innovations involved in it. The movie shows us how the Princess Snow White has to dress in rags and do serving stuff. As her evil stepmother is worried about not being the most beautiful anymore, Snow White must deal with many murder attempts until the prince manages to wake her up from a deep sleep, in which she had fallen by biting the poisoned apple. In 1989, this wonderful movie was labeled as cultural, historical, and significantly aesthetic by the United States Library of Congress, and it was selected for preservation in the National Film Registry. Furthermore, it heads up the top 10 of the American Film Institute. Have you seated your family and popped popcorn already? Number 3, Toy Story. This first Pixar feature film is about toys coming alive with a moral that friendship can do anything.
T-O-Y, toy.
On the first week, Toy Story was the highest grossing in USA and Canada, grossing over $191 million in both countries. This movie is considered one of the greatest innovations in animation and won 8 Annie Awards, including Best Animated Feature. The Special Achievement Academy Award was given to John Lasseter, the director, for development and application of proper techniques which made it possible to make the first computer animated film. Toy Story is universally acclaimed by professional critics. In addition, it has been certified fresh with a tomato meter of 100% by Rotten Tomatoes, and the users give it a star rating of 9 out of 10. This movie will be always enjoyable for kids and adults. Number 2, Up. In the animation world, the first 4 minutes of Up makes one of the best clips ever done that recaps a life. The moving and inspiring story of Carl and Ellie Fredricksen give us a lot to feel. And you, could you hold back your tears when Ellie dies? I know you couldn't. But in fact, that's when Carl embarks on a new adventure to make his dream come true. So he ties balloons to his house and flies to South America. This crotchety old man, a boy, a talking dog, a strange bird, and unbelievable views are witness to this very high-flying adventure. Up won 2 Golden Globes in Best Animated Feature Film and Best Original Score categories. This movie also won 2 Annie Awards for Best Animated Feature and Best Directing in a Feature Production. If you haven't seen it yet, it's time. You'll love it. Number 1, The Wizard of Oz.